Have you ever heard of a woman who lived for centuries, witnessed the unfolding of biblical history from Jacob to Moses, and played a crucial, yet quiet role in the story of the Israelites? Her name is Serah, the daughter of Asher, and she's one of the most fascinating figures you might not know. Her name first appears in the book of Genesis, listed among Jacob's descendants who journeyed into Egypt. Genesis 46-17 names the sons of Asher and adds, "And Serah was their sister." Right from the start, she's highlighted. In a list dominated by male names, the Torah specifically includes her. This alone tells us she's special. Why was she singled out? The Bible doesn't say directly, but ancient Jewish traditions have filled in the blanks with some incredible stories. One of the most famous tales about Serah revolves around Jacob. Imagine the scene. Jacob's sons have just returned from Egypt with the shocking news that Joseph, their brother whom they sold into slavery, is not only alive but is the viceroy of Egypt. They were terrified to tell their elderly father, fearing the shock might be too much for him. So they turned to Serah, who is known for her wisdom and gentle spirit. She takes her harp, sits before her grandfather Jacob, and begins to play and sing. She weaves the news into a beautiful song, gently revealing, "Joseph, my uncle, is not dead. He lives and rules all of Egypt." Jacob's spirit revives upon hearing the news, and he blesses Serah, saying she will never taste death and will enter the Garden of Eden alive. This tradition paints her as a compassionate and wise messenger, a healer through music. But her story doesn't end in Egypt. Fast forward several hundred years. The Israelites are slaves, and the time for their liberation is near. A new leader, Moses, has arrived. But how can the people be sure he is the one sent by God? They have a secret sign, a tradition passed down through generations. God had told Jacob that the one who would redeem his children from Egypt would use the double phrase Pakad Yifkad, meaning, "I will surely remember you." This secret was entrusted to none other than Serah. When Moses and Aaron come before the elders of Israel, they perform signs, but the elders remain skeptical. They go to Serah, who has lived through all the years of slavery, the keeper of their people's memory. They ask her what signs the true Redeemer would possess. She tells them about the secret phrase. When they hear that Moses used these exact words, they finally believe. Serah, the living link to their past, confirms their future. She is the bridge of faith between the patriarchs and the liberator. Even after that, her role isn't finished. Before his death, Joseph made his sons swear an oath to carry his bones out of Egypt when God redeemed them. But after centuries of slavery, no one remembered where Joseph was buried. Who do they turn to? You guessed it, Serah. She was the only one still alive who knew. She leads Moses to the Nile River, where the Egyptians had sunk Joseph's coffin, and shows him where to retrieve it. Without Serah's incredible memory and longevity, the Israelites would have failed to keep their solemn oath to Joseph. So, the next time you read that simple line in Genesis or 1 Chronicles mentioning Serah, daughter of Asher, remember the incredible legacy behind that name. She's more than just a name in a genealogy. She is a symbol of continuity, wisdom, and faith. A woman who carried the memory of her people, confirmed their redemption, and ensured a sacred promise was kept. Her story reminds us that sometimes the most pivotal roles are played not by the loudest voices, but by the quiet, steady keepers of the flame. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into one of the Bible's hidden figures. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories you might have missed. See you next time.